financials.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Doug Montezella with another episode of Securing Your Financial Future. Today, I brought on Brett Cantrell. He has 3 lessons for us that we can all apply in our own lives, and he's willing to share them. So, with that being said, I'll let Brett introduce himself.
Thanks, Doug. So my name is Brett Cantrell. Been a good friend of Doug's for about a year now. Been working together about that amount of time as well. And here to present 3 lessons that I wish I knew when I started investing. So the first lesson is really just around getting started in investing. So I've been seriously investing for about 3 years now, but I really wish there's something that I started earlier. So the sooner that you start investing, even if it's a low amount of money or in a relatively safe market, the faster you're going to see yourself get some returns, and you'll create value over the longer term of your life while investing. So something that I came across right before I started investing was an app called Stock Wars. And this is a great way to get your feet wet and learn a little bit about the stock market. Essentially, what Stock Wars is it's an app where they give you $10,000 of fake money that you're able to invest in the stock market however you please, but it has no repercussions to your personal financial income at all. So you can track news articles, you can track trends, you can really see how your investments, if they were real money, would be impacted by changes in the stock market. It's a great way to get to learn how to get your feet wet in the market itself. So something, again, that I started doing beforehand, it got me really comfortable before I started going.
Great. So it sounds like getting in early, even in high school, early college, where we don't have much money, but the importance of getting your feet wet, whether it's fake money or a little bit of real money, that can really prove benefits later on.
Absolutely.
Great.
And so the second point that I want to talk about today is diversification. So you'll hear a lot about diversification across different types of investments, such as stocks versus bonds versus cash. You'll hear about diversification across different industries, such as energy, tech, you name it, across different boards of spectrums of stocks. But the third thing that I really want to talk about is diversification even within a particular industry. So a good example of this when I started investing in the beginning was in virtual reality. So instead of just investing in one leader in virtual reality, I decided to invest in 5 different stocks across the spectrum that are all involved in virtual reality in one way or another. So the 3 that were more of on the programming side of things were Microsoft, Facebook, and Apple. And as far as on the actual technology and developing graphics chips and things like that that make virtual reality such a great experience were NVIDIA and Sony. And so what's really good about this is you're spreading your risk out across multiple stocks, but you're also spreading your opportunity out and your chances of having one of them blow up, and you'll get really good returns. And a good example of this is how I was first exposed to NVIDIA. Bought in back when it was about $35 a share, and since then it's blown up to be about $180 in only about a year and a half of time. So again, getting to know a different variety of stocks, getting to learn about those companies, seeing what all they do, and really spreading your risk out is something that can pay really good rewards in the long term.
You have a phrase usually called NVIDIA. What is it?
NVIDIA is king. It's the best stock of all time. Highly recommend you get involved in NVIDIA.
Every single day this stock goes up 5%. I get a text that says NVIDIA is king with a crown emoji.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of power to the stock market. So it's interesting that for you guys watching, find an area of the market that you find interesting. Whether you see something long term that's an area of interest, like Brett did in his case, it was augmented reality, VR, and spread yourself out among those different companies. Don't find the one major player and hedge your bet there. So you want to sort of paint a picture of find the area of the market you're interested in based on news articles and your own personal interest, and research companies that are in that sector.
Absolutely.
So awesome. Thanks a lot. Anything else?
Yeah, so the third thing I want to talk about is really paying attention to fees that are accompanied with a lot of mutual funds and other type of index funds. This is something that I actually learned about from a book that Doug recommended me called Unshakable. And really it's diving into especially mutual funds and figuring out what the fees are behind your investments. So basically in a mutual fund, they're actively managed by some sort of fund manager. And because of this, they charge a added fee on top of these mutual funds that is much higher than you'll see in index funds and ETFs. And this is something that they won't actively advertise that they actually are including in these mutual funds. So again, you got to dig deep, read through kind of the fine print, and figure out what percentage they're taking back from you in the mutual funds, because it can really eat into your returns. And something that they talk about a lot in the book Unshakable is that there are very few mutual funds that actually outperform the S&P 500 or any other standard index fund. So it's really important to dive in, and if you aren't comfortable, super comfortable with the mutual fund, it's probably best to back out and invest in an index fund where the fees are much lower. You'll get a better rate of return in the long term, and you're still able to spread your risk out across multiple stocks in an index fund and diversify.
Awesome. So give some background. So you're saying S&P 500. Explain that to some of the viewers out there. Might not be too familiar.
Yeah, so Standard & Poor 500, essentially it's the 500 largest cap stocks in the United States, and they're distributed based on the percentage of their market cap. So it's a wide variety, 500 different stocks across all different industries, and really provides a very comprehensive index that's just a conglomeration of all these different stocks built into one item that you can trade.
Awesome. Great. Thanks a lot for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Take care, guys. Thanks for joining in.
Thank you.